Hello friends, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the series which we have started for the IBPS A4 mains exam, that is agriculture. And friends, kindly note this is in continuation with the last lecture, that is lecture number 31, and today in lecture 32 we are going to do a few more questions on phytohormones. So friends, I have one more announcement. We at EduTap, we have launched courses for IBPS A4 2020-21, and as I have promised, we have launched the courses for IBPS A4 mains 2020-21, and you can find the links to the demo courses as well as payment links in the description box below. So you can go through that and avail the offer. So friends, here comes the first question. Which of the following plant hormones is responsible for phototropism and geotropism? Friends, phototropism, it is a response of any plant towards light. Like for best example would be sunflower. As based on the movement of the sun on the light that is received by the sun, it moves along with that. And geotropism, it is based on the gravitational pull, the movement. And here auxins are the plant hormones that are responsible for either phototropism or geotropism. As you can see, these are controlled. Phototropism and geotropism, they are controlled by the distribution of auxins within the plant cells. Geotropism, auxins will accumulate on the lower side of the plant in response to the force of gravity, thereby it takes that particular plant part towards the soil. Phototropism, the light receptors, or which are also called as phototropins, they trigger the redistribution of auxins to the darker side of the plant, or thereby getting attracted towards the light. So friends, here which of the following is a flowering hormone? This is a hormone that induces flowering, and the correct answer here is florigen. This So friends, here florigen is a hormone that is generally synthesized in the leaves when it is exposed to sunlight, and now this florigen, it travels through phloem and then reaches the shoot apical meristem, that is SAM, where it initiates flowering. That's the reason this is called as flowering hormone. And it was for the first time discovered in 1865 by a German scientist named Julius von Sachs. See, when he transferred sap from a flowering plant to a non-flowering plant, the non-flowering plant also started to flower as well, just like a flowering plant. And here he then conducted various experiments and concluded that florigen is a hormone that initiates this flowering. But whatever might be the reason, he couldn't extract that florigen from the plant, but yes, he has proved that there is a hormone that induces flowering or that initiates flowering. So friends, which of the following is a fruit ripening hormone? And here the correct answer is ethylene. It is one of the one and only gaseous hormone also, which increases the respiration rate, thereby increases the ripening of the fruits or hastens the ripening of the fruits. And as mentioned, it is a simple gaseous plant growth regulator synthesized by most of the plant organs, including especially ripening fruits and aging tissues. So friends, here comes the next question. Which of the following is a stress hormone? C ABA is called as abscisic acid is called as stress hormone because it is produced by the plant when in stress is induced, be it environmental stress like drought, waterlogging, etc., and also it plays an important role in tolerating abiotic stresses. And here this ABA, that is abscisic acid, is a plant growth inhibitor, and it regulates the abscission, that is formation of abscission layer, and thereby inducing senescence of the leaves, etc., and also inducing the regulates the dormancy. And here it also plays in various developmental and physiological processes in plants, wherein it stimulates closure of stomata during high salinity water stress and thereby reduces water loss through transpiration, because once stomata is closed, the water loss by transpiration can be automatically uh, reduced, and it induces seed dormancy, thereby helps the seed to withstand desiccation and other unfavorable conditions during it induces the dormancy so that the seeds they can withstand the desiccation, like when there are less water for germination or any unfavorable conditions which does not help the seed to germinate. This will help there. And this also plays ABA also plays an important role in the growth and modification of roots during nitrogen deficiency and droughts. That's the reason this is called stress hormone. See, as you can see, these are all various stress conditions during which this particular hormone is synthesized by the plant. And also it regulates the gene expression required for root growth maintenance and also water uptake. And here comes the last question. Which of the following is incorrect in regards to the production of the hormones in plants? Auxins, they are produced in leaf primordia. Abscisic acid, roots, cytokinins, developing seeds, ethylene, maturing fruits. And these are all correct only. No option here is incorrect. As you can see, auxins are produced, or the location of their synthesis is leaf primordia, young leaves and developing fruits. ABA, roots and expanded leaves. Cytokinins, root tips, young leaves and developing seeds. Ethylene, maturing fruits and stressed tissues or aging tissues. Gibberellins, young shoot tissues and developing seeds. These are the the location where they are synthesized. So friends, here comes the answer of the day, and the question asked in the last lecture was, what is the process of shortening of the juvenile or vegetative phase and hastening flowering phase by a previous cold treatment? And most of you are right here. The correct answer is vernalization. Here the artificial exposure of plants or seeds, the young plants or moistened seeds, to low temperatures such as 0 to 5 degrees centigrade in general. This has been seen to stimulate flowering and enhancing seed production at a later stage, but not immediately. So after a few weeks this happens, and this was for the first time found by Lysenko in the year 1928. He is a Russian worker, and he observed that cold requiring annual and biennial plants. See, some plants, even be it annuals like rye, barley, wheat, they need cold temperatures for flowering. And biennials like cabbage, sugar beet, carrot, these two, they need cold temperatures for flowering. So here what he has observed is, he exposed the young plants or the seeds to very low temperatures, and he has seen that he could make them flower in one growing season only, and this he termed as vernalization. And as per the studies later conducted, it was found that the stimulus of vernalization, that is the site of vernalization, is only by the meristematic cells, that is either shoot tips, embryo tips, root apex, developing leaves. There this was supposed to be working. And it was also considered that vernalin is a hypothetical plant hormone that is responsible for this vernalization. And this can, this process vernalization, it has been observed to improve the flowering and seed production enhancement in annuals like wheat, barley, rye, biennials like cabbage, sugar beet, carrot, etc., and perennial plants like chrysanthemum. So friends, here comes the question of the day, and for today's lecture the question is, what is the hormone that is responsible for healing of wounds in plants? So thank you very much friends for watching this video, and if you have any queries, please write to us at hello@edutab.co.in, and if you have any queries you can even reach us at the number given here. Thank you very much.